It's one more time, Chuck Korea. Welcome. We are live with Robert and Sandy in the Supplement Engineer podcast for all your questions and queries. We haven't been on for a while, so I'm out of practice. But welcome. We're so excited to be back. I don't know. Is there more that I'm supposed to say?
No, I just wanted to see, let you roll. You're so extroverted and good on the spot.
I'm so good on the spot.
For this, you lose your shit completely.
I don't know what I'm saying.
So funny.
When I teach, I practice the lessons before I teach them. Like, you will find me talking to an empty room, pretending like I'm talking to students.
Yeah, and then
I act like it's ad-libbed.
No, and since it's been so long, YouTube is probably going to be very delayed in showing that we're here. We do have one participant on YouTube, though. So, welcome again. Sorry for the long delay. One of us has been busy getting their PhD.
Cheers!
Not this guy.
In math. Let's do it.
The math nerd. But thank you all for sticking with the Supplement Engineer website, the YouTube channel. Yeah, that's fine. Focus. There we go. Greg Duvier. I am alive. Yes, I am. Just barely. Sandy has been very busy with her PhD program down at Texas State in mathematics.
Math education. But it's through the mathematics department, so it's a PhD in math, guys. I could teach college math if I wanted to.
It is.
But I don't.
No. And I'm just being a schmo in the supplement industry as I do.
We're figuring it out, guys. I've learned that if I only take one class a semester, it'll take me 8 years to get my PhD, but it'll make me survive. So we have more time for you and more time for each other.
We do. So we're going to try and make this a regular thing on Monday afternoons, usually around the 4:45, 5 o'clock time, because she gets done with school officially at 3:15. She works for a little bit. I'm playing with the halfling and her minions on the playground.
We'll talk about that later because it's pretty funny.
That's fun.
Robert has been getting his workout chasing children around a playground. And for those mothers that aren't creeped out by the fact that my husband is chasing their child, it's good for him.
I can do a bunch of pull-ups and pull myself up on.
He's literally like doing. He's like full-on dad. Awesome. It's really funny.
The only parent doing.
We should talk about that. We should talk about the fact that he's the only one.
Thank you for correcting your.
I gotta be honest. I didn't want to say anything.
We appreciate it.
But you're awesome.
Yeah.
You are awesome. Apostrophe R-E. Awesome.
Yes. My dad's mother was an English teacher in high school and in college at Tulane University in New Orleans, and she drilled it into him. After which he drilled that into me and my brother and my sister.
Yeah. Good grammar.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So if I mess up, tell me.
Pete Pazumas. Actually, I realized when I saw Pete at the Apollon seminar in October, he was nice enough to pick me up from my hotel, bring us to the bar at which we drank for a long time.
Yeah. Lots of alcohol.
And then went to Eddie's after that and 2 other things.
So
we'll talk about it for
here's the funny thing. When I Robert went to Vegas for the Southwest, what is it?
Supply Side West.
And he went a day before me because I had class. So I go the next day and I'm getting ready. It's 6 a.m. And I know that it's 4 a.m. in Vegas. So there's no way Robert's awake. Right. And then I get a text and he says, morning. And I go, why are you up at 4 a.m.?
I was jumping into the hot tub in my hotel room.
He said, I just got home. I'm good. I haven't gone to bed yet. I said, well, that is a story for later, sir.
You can blame
in Vegas
James at Impel Nutrition, Brennan Soika at NutriShore, and Chris Waldron.
Cheers.
So that's a story for another day. But thank you, Pete, as always. You're awesome. And yes, we do have to suffer because Sandy has some excuse for making me spend more money.
Yeah, we're paying for the PhD. It's not so fun. Although, can I just tell you something? I need you to do the math right now. So I am the only PhD student that's doing full-time teaching and like part-time PhD. Everybody else is a full-time PhD student. So what they do to make money, because you're a student, is they TA, so they teach classes. I want you to guess how much money they make. I hope this is legal for me to talk about. I feel like it's like common knowledge, right? It's college, right?
It's a public university.
It's a public university. So if you want to be a full-time PhD student, you make let's say for both semesters, right? All year, like $29,000. But you still have to pay for classes, which is about $15,000 for the year. Yeah. So you're bringing in math.
Which seems kind of strange because if you work at a restaurant, like even a high-end steak joint or something, you usually get a comped meal per day that you're there, or like a
but it's really not that different than
like
Michigan, because the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, the very fancy one, because it's very fancy, go blue. If you're a PhD student there, at least in 2015, so I don't know, maybe like now it's different, but in 2015, they paid for my university and they gave me health insurance for my family and for myself, but they only gave you $9,000 a semester. Is that any better? I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It was fine.
Just food for thought.
Yeah, that's all good. Anyway, guys, to go back to the preamble, the beginning of this podcast, post up comment in any comments,
questions,
queries, quips, smart ass remarks, or cocktail concoctions.
No one's ever posted a cocktail concoction. But if you could be the first. We have lots of cocktail concoctions. So funny story. So let's just talk about this. So Robert, we have a daughter in kindergarten. She's running around, and she gets out at 2:50 and I get out at 3:15. So he's got to play with her, and then I end up staying late anyways. So Robert has decided to get his workout on.
They said to chase them.
To play with Sophia. The doorbell just rang. I wonder if it's a dig and ditch. Or not. You know what it is? I'm going to stop right now. You know what it is? It's our yard people. So we pay for someone to mow our lawn because I don't want to do that. And what happens is today they were like blocking our driveway, so we couldn't even pull in. So we had to like park on the street somewhere. It's like winter. There's no grass. What are you mowing? I'd love to know. What are you trimming right now? What am I paying for? There's something sneaky there. I'm just saying. I think that's just too cool because I want you to know, how did we get into our house? We had to like sneak in. We couldn't just pull into the driveway because it was blocked. But that's what I get. That's such a first world problem. That's what I get for having someone mow my lawn. That's what you get for being lazy. You have to work on their time schedule. I was hosting a party for teachers. We're all drinking in the backyard, and in comes the lawnmower, like, and they go, "Do you have someone mowing your lawn right now?" I was like, "I guess. Yes, I do." But that's what I get. Because if I wasn't lazy and I wanted to mow my own lawn, then this wouldn't be an issue. Now, would it? I hear you. I kill plants, by the way. Do you know my husband and I have killed mint? But we got an arrow garden, and we're growing some bell pepper. It's kind of a big deal. I don't know what he's doing right now. So ask me any questions as you want. I'll see if I can answer them. But when it comes to fitness, Robert was playing with the kids, running around, doing his thing. And one of the moms was talking about him or whatever. And she said something about food. And I said, well, I don't cook. Robert does all the cooking. And I don't know if y'all know that about us. So I work and then I go to classes at night. And Robert does the supplement engineer thing, knows everything there is to know about supplements, knows everything there is to know about your gut health and your skin health and your brain health. I don't know what he knows. He knows everything. But, and then he cooks me food and he makes me lunch every day. And so that's the food I eat every day. And she said something casually like, I would pay money for someone to do that for me. I said, we should just get Robert to do it. I call it Body by Robert because my body looks good because Robert feeds me every day. So Body by Robert. So then she actually started to go, well, how much would you charge? And Robert and I are kind of out of our depth here because we've never done this before. So I just want you to know, we might be getting a Body by Robert food sourcing where he will pre-make meals and people can buy them and eat them. And that's kind of where we're at right now. I was trying to think, but the problem is, here's the problem. He's from New Orleans. If you've ever eaten something from someone from New Orleans, everything is spicy. So the mom said, okay, well, my kids don't eat spicy food. So this wouldn't work. So then if he did cook things, they wouldn't taste as good because they wouldn't be as spicy.
My liver protection supplements I just ordered off Amazon and some working hand cream.
This is so good.
Plus, our grass guy just got here and I needed to pay him for the past 3 or 4 months of work.
To mow our non-existent grass.
Mow the grass that has not grown in Texas because it never rains.
But again, that's our fault for paying for someone to mow our grass.
And it's winter.
Winter.
He comes about once every 3
There's
weeks.
no grass. So it is what it is. So anyways, this stuff's really good. We're not paid to endorse this or anything, but I just want you to know we just got the shipment. If you haven't used this, you need to use this. Robert, tell us about ambrosia.
Ambrosia.
Tell me what it is.
Mark
Food
Lobliner.
of the gods. It is. I know Greek mythology. If you eat it, you become a god.
I can leave for another 5 minutes if you want to keep.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Mark Lobliner, MTS Nutrition Tiger Fitness, is one of the partners in Ambrosia. Give me a specific supplement you want me to discuss because
it's the name of the company.
Yeah.
I thought it was an ingredient.
What's
See?
on? It's acting like it's drunk or something.
We're super professional.
Give me a specific supplement that you're looking for, because they used to have an early morning supplement. They had kind of a recovery supplement. They've had a few different things on and off over the years. But yeah, if you have a specific thing that you want me to kind of dive into, I'm perfectly happy to do that. But let me know what you think, Greg.
Let me time out. So this girl, one of my little students, her grandma has not amnesia. She has Alzheimer's. And I specifically said, are you giving her lion's mane?
Mm-hmm.
How come everybody that has a family member with Alzheimer's doesn't know about lion's mane? I said, it's a mushroom. You need to get the mushroom powder. And there was a study shown that it deteriorated the effects of Alzheimer's. Like it undid the effects. If I heard that study, no matter how crazy it sounds, it's just a powder of dried mushrooms. So it's certainly not bad for you. So why would you not give it to these people? Plus, what would the dosage be on that? What would the dosage be?
There's only been a few human studies with the fruiting body powder of lion's mane, and it's anywhere between 1 to 3,000 milligrams a day, so 1 to 3 grams of that.
What do I get a day?
I give you a heaping teaspoon, so you're probably getting 3 to 5.
So with the Alzheimer's, I'd be like 10.
Along with reishi, shiitake, astragalus for liver health, and spirulina as well go into your morning smoothie.
Okay, I know all of those things that go into my smoothie, but what I'm saying is, why do people not use lion's mane for Alzheimer's? I don't know. There's just, I guess because people don't know.
They don't know, and there is a hex on the supplement industry because a lot of people don't understand, or there's a bad name associated with dietary supplements, because you go to Men's Health, Women's Health, any major news site, and all the headlines, none of them say turmeric may support anti-inflammatory benefits, or they say your multivitamin does nothing. Green tea extract causes liver failure. They take things to the nth degree. They don't actually report the facts. They're getting clickbait headlines. Again,
reading the studies or knowing the studies, you just need to do a whole thing where you interpret studies for people. Okay, let's talk about mental jewels.
That's exactly what I do on the Supplement Engineer website and the Supplement Engineer Patreon.
I plugged you.
So if you want to join the Engineer Insider for the Supplement Engineer Patreon, I would be more than happy to enjoy your company there. Let me turn this on so I can pull up mental jewels.
Okay, so fun story. I didn't realize that that's actually what you do. Okay, Ambrosia mental jewels. Ooh.
We had the.
Does it have lion's mane?
No, we had the pill form of this when it was first released. So they have a pill and a powder, or a capsule and a powder now. I'll share my screen with everybody so they understand what's going on here.
Okay.
And if you see my credit card information, please don't use it. Or my social security number.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Cognitive matrix. Okay. Alpha size, that is one of the premier forms of alpha GPC. It is 50% actual alpha glycerol phosphorylcholine per gram or by mass. So if you have 600 milligrams of alpha size alpha GPC, you actually get 300 milligrams of alpha GPC, of which 40% of that is actual choline that can be absorbed and cross the blood-brain barrier.
Okay.
There was a study that was released 2 years ago, coming up on 2 years now. It was a 10-year-long cohort, which means it's more association or epidemiological versus causal.
Cool. Yeah.
10-year study involving about 12 million people, where they showed people that supplemented with alpha GPC had a significantly higher risk for adverse cardiovascular events compared to people that did not supplement with choline. And this is all part of the choline/betaine/carnitine converted to TMAO, which has been a pretty strong correlation between elevated TMAO levels and increased risks of cardiac infarction, stroke risk, everything like that.
If there's other things there too, because of what you just said.
Yeah, and so obviously it's the gut microbiome. So when bacteria in your gut interact with choline, betaine, carnitine, all of which can be found in foods common to the diet. So beef, eggs, liver, all of those kind of things.
Common to a non-vegetarian diet, yeah.
Correct. But there was an interesting study that Steve Blackman over at AML.
Yeah.
I sent him a new review that just came out within the last 2 or 3 days. And it showed that people that were on lacto-ovo vegetarian diets, so eggs and dairy, they don't eat steaks or chicken, poultry. But if they have eggs or lactose, so milk, cottage cheese, any of that stuff, they don't show that same elevation in TMAO that people that eat a ton of beef or processed foods or supplement with exogenous choline bitartrate, alpha GPC, L-carnitine.
So the ones that would benefit from this would be the vegetarians, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Yeah, possibly. So I'm trying to figure out. Steve is a little bit more focused in on the choline carnitine connection and TMAO levels, cardiovascular risk, which is why none of these supplements at Advanced Molecular Labs have choline or carnitine. And full disclosure here, I've written several articles for them discussing some of the science, but I try to put the caveat in that there is a genetic component, other dietary and lifestyle factors affect all of these things. So if you're consuming eggs, and there are certain forms of choline supplements that are less likely to be metabolized or converted into TMAO than others. So choline bitartrate and alpha GPC are more readily converted into TMAO, which is an atherogenic, atherosclerotic compound based on the epidemiological research that we have to date. But CDP choline, my favorite form of supplemental choline, cognizant, it's only 20% choline or 21% choline by weight, but it crosses the blood-brain barrier, and the second I take it, it's almost like taking Neurofactor or caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
Within 30 to 40 minutes, my brain feels electrified, and I'm just ready to go. It feels great.
So wait, talk a little bit more about this, though. I want to make sure I'm understanding what
we
this
got off on a tangent about that. So alpha size. So we have alpha size, a bioavailable form of alpha GPC that crosses the blood-brain barrier. Serenade is phosphatidylcholine. It has some GABAergic properties and some calming effects to where it helps, lower cortisol, lower stress levels, and all of that stuff. Another thing about Serenade, it's only 50% by mass. Same thing as the alpha size. And Serenade and alpha size are both made by, it's a company based out of Austin. Oh, it's escaping me right now. I'll get to it. I'll remember it in a second.
Sure.
Bacognize, I do like this form of Bacopa monnieri very much. Standardized for high bacoside content. It's an adaptogen, so it brings you up, and if you're feeling low, it lows you down. There have been a few studies in healthy individuals. You take it for 4, 6, 8 weeks, and the effects compound over time.
Oh, cool.
Certain nootropics, as I've mentioned before,
you get immune, or
you don't want to take them over time because they have a very long half-life, or just you develop a rather quick tolerance to them.
But not this one.
No, Bacognize is a good one. It's a time-tested herb.
That's cool.
There are different variations of it. Bacognize is the one that I've kind of always gone to, and it's between 300 and 600 milligrams per day. It's good.
All right, great.
There's another one called Synapta, which there's a full deep dive into it on Supplement Engineer Patreon and the Supplement Engineer website. I have some bulk powder of it. That one, anecdotally, is supposed to be a little bit more stimulating than Bacognize. Bacognize is more calming. They're both Bacopa. So Bacopa, 300 to 600 milligrams a day, you're great. Just take that every day for the rest of your life. Better long-term memory, recall, all of that good
Awesome.
stuff.
Why don't you give that to me every morning? Where you at, friend?
I know.
You're supposed to take care of me.
Okay, Huperzine. This is one of those nootropics, as I just mentioned, don't think you should be taking every day. 1, 2, 3 times a week at most. Non-consecutive days, preferably, especially if you're taking a very high dose. Because this half-life on it is 16 to 20 hours. So you continually take it. That Huperzine, you take alpha GPC. That is donating the precursor to build acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the learning neurotransmitter, so alpha GPC is giving you choline. The C and GPC is choline. Huperzine nukes the enzyme that metabolizes acetylcholine.
So it lasts longer.
Correct. So you get stronger, longer lasting acetylcholine levels. Huperzine's half-life is 16 to 20 hours based on how long or how big the dosage is and your individual genetics. Obviously, that's always a caveat. It has been shown to be safe to take up to 400 or 500 micrograms. That's in people that are in severe cognitive decline, Alzheimer's. The problem is a lot of pre-workouts, a lot of nootropics put that in there, and they're putting in the average nootropic, you pull it up on Amazon, it's 50, 100, 200 micrograms. In my opinion, that's okay if you're using that on non-consecutive days, 2 to 3 times a week. I do that. It's fine. A few pre-workouts out there use upwards of 400 to 500 micrograms. In my personal opinion, this is just my opinion, that is not a good strategy long-term, because if you're a healthy, young, functioning person, which is the typical demographic that is purchasing pre-workouts,
that is true.
You don't need that much. You absolutely do not.
Got it.
So the occasional one-off chance, that's fine. If it's a habitual thing where you're using it multiple days in a row throughout the week, you need to look at your other lifestyle factors: diet, sleep, stress, relationships, all that other good stuff. So every now and then, huperzine, it's fine. A habitual thing, if you're a healthy young person, no. Unless you are in severe cognitive decline or showing early signs of Alzheimer's, dementia, any of that, avoid that. Glucuronolactone, it's in all the energy drinks. It's vastly under-researched in healthy human subjects. There's 1 or 2 small studies, but it's more buzz than anything.
Okay.
Infinergy, it is basically some caffeine anhydrous and some malic acid, just like you get in citrulline malate. You can go back and check the podcast I did with Bruce Neller, who's been one of the people that has brought a lot of interesting ingredients to the market. His stance on it is that, from his testing, is that you will not find any actually bonded caffeine to malic acid. It's just not possible from the chemical structure. They take a bunch of malic acid powder and they throw in some caffeine.
It's like oil and vinegar. You're gonna mix it and then it undoes.
Correct. And then what they say is that it slows the caffeine release. So it's this long release caffeine. And when I first got into the industry, I made the mistake because that's what I was told, and I just bought a hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, you didn't see any studies.
Correct. And then after talking to Bruce, I'm a little bit more skeptical to any formulas that I consult on these days.
You make sure you read the studies.
Yeah, well, I just tell them I'm not as sold on Infinergy. If you're looking for a sustained release caffeine or something with sustained energy, I'm going teacrine.
Yeah.
I'm going Xynamite. I'm doing Zoom XR or any of those other bonded caffeines that are actually encased in kind of liposome or cyclosome thing to actually, that has data showing it's going to do that sustained release. So it's another form of caffeine. It's caffeine. It's not going to hurt you, help you. It's a slower, anecdotally, sustained release caffeine that avoids the crash. Cordyceps, anecdotally, and in Ayurveda and Chinese medicine, enhances oxygen uptake. Uptake. There we go. This is the longest I've talked in a very long
You're talking
time.
for a long time, buddy.
I am.
But it all sounds wonderful.
I'm glad it is.
It's
one of the medicinal mushrooms.
Yeah.
Typically, it helps with athletic performance. It's an ergogenic. Dose shows the thing, and the actual active compound in cordyceps is cordycepin. And depending on if they're using the fruiting body or the mycelium, which the mycelium is a fun little root network of the mushrooms. The fruiting body is the thing that actually sticks up out of the ground. It's something you have to take every single day. There is no acute benefits to date that I have noticed studies. It's typically something like lion's mane you need to take every day for it.
Well, good. We should order some of that.
Disregarding the placebo.
Got it.
And then ulorothiacide is part of ginseng. Ginseng is one of those natural tonics that has been around for centuries, that you just take it. It's a natural vitality, virility, energizing.
Did you read the last sentence of that?
No. Its ability to energize the body and mind.
No, keep going.
Promote immune health.
No, keep going.
Favorite natural ingredient of Russian athletes.
That's what I wanted you to see.
Well, yeah, no, Siberian ginseng. I mean,
Nadia Krenzi.
Ivan Drago. Okay, so let's see the actual ingredients. So that's the rundown of the actual ingredients. Let's check the dosages. So Siberian ginseng, standard to 0.8% eleutherides. I don't even know if that's the right way to say that, but that's fine. 20% polysaccharides, cordyceps sinensis concentrate. That doesn't tell me. It could be a fruiting body. It could be mycelium. Whatever. If you're using the bacopa extract, there is one study that goes as low as 250. Most of the research is in the 300 to 600 milligram range. If you're taking it long-term every single day, the effects compound. So that's fine. 100 milligrams of alpha GPC. Here's where I get a little bit confused as far as the labeling terminology. So you look at this, you got 100 milligrams does that mean it's 100 milligrams of alpha GPC or 100 milligrams of alpha GPC 50%, which means you're actually only getting 50 milligrams of alpha GPC. Most of the studies use 100, 600, 1200.
Okay, those are very different numbers.
Yeah, and they use basically because some people are naturally high choline producers, high acetylcholine producers, so their body's just their neurochemistry and their diets. So if you're getting a lot of choline from egg yolks, beef liver, and other things like that, you don't need to supplement with alpha GPC as much. So I can understand that, and especially when you have so here's the huperzine.
Yeah.
Huperzine Serrata extract standardized to a minimum 1% huperzine. 10 milligrams is going to give you 100 micrograms, which is in that range if you're not in severe cognitive decline.
It's okay.
Take that once or twice, maybe 3 times a week on non-consecutive days.
Are you supposed to take this every day, though? It says take 4 capsules 30 minutes before the most mentally demanding part of your day.
Yeah.
Does it say that you should do it every day?
No.
Go up? What is it that says to maximize?
Daily events such as important meetings, classes, tests, study sessions, or even a date are the perfect time to use mental tools. So they're not saying use it every day.
Step up your game for me. Yeah. You better have some interesting conversations.
I'm going on a date. Dinner. I'm not reaching for mental jokes. I'm reaching for bourbon.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to be. I don't know. No. I feel like I'd want the guy relaxed, not mentally stimulated. But I mean, I want it interesting.
You don't like me stimulated?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I gotta be honest. You're very smart. It makes me very happy.
There we go. Infinergy, dicaffeine malate, 73% caffeine, so that means you're getting 73 milligrams of caffeine, which for a nootropic, something that you're taking first thing in the morning or maybe in the afternoon, that's perfectly fine. A little bit of caffeine with all these nootropics is some good secret sauce. I find too many nootropics, especially the ones that are just for productivity, they put 200, 300, 400 milligrams. I just thought, if you got all these other neuroactive compounds, you just,
it's just interesting.
Yeah. Phosphatidylserine, 50% of 50 milligrams, which you're getting about 25 milligrams.
Yeah.
Most of the studies on Serenade are much higher.
Okay. So what do you think about it?
I'll leave it at that. For the one-off, and we actually have a bottle of that.
It couldn't hurt?
No. If you're looking for like that little extra kick in the afternoon, something to kind of get you going, it's solid. It's fine. It is a great, especially if you've never used a nootropic before, or you've just maybe used a single ingredient or two and you're looking to take the next step. I think this is a very good option for that. And we have the old bottle, the original bottle when it was released, still in our pantry. We got a few capsules left that Mark and the team at Tiger Fitness was kind enough to send me when they first launched this. I don't know, 2018 or so, 2017. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
All right, sweet deal.
Let me catch up on everything. Hi, I want to offer a promotion on your channel. No, thank you. All right.
So anyways, hope that answered your question.
I've completely bored you all with my rantings.
It was good. It was super interesting.
Yeah, I try. All right. So what did you explain what you're enjoying right now?
No, I explained how you might be interested in creating meals for people called Body by Robert. I'm drinking a Beet Strawberry. Got to represent New Orleans.
From my home state.
Got to represent Louisiana. But I got to tell you something. Living in Austin, Texas is the best when it comes to alcohol. We are living in Napa Valley, Texas, baby. We have more wineries, more distilleries, more breweries in this area than anywhere else. I think that we actually came in second to Napa Valley, literally.
Well, yeah, there was a worldwide competition, and the William Chris Vineyard, the one that Chris and Charlotte, remembers that?
Yeah.
Ranked at the top of some worldwide tastings.
I think it's kind of a big deal. So it's funny because, I don't know, I just think it's interesting.
All right, time for the blind taste test of the day. It's been a very long time since I put Sandy through some tastings.
Okay, what am I tasting?
We'll do it. We're going to do some no cow.
Does that mean that it's non-dairy? Do you know how many of my students say they are non-dairy and gluten-free because it gives them belly issues? And I said, you know what I do? I eat dairy and gluten every day so that I never have belly issues, because if you deprive your body of something for long enough, you're going to have some belly issues. No, if it's a taste test, I don't want to smell it. I don't want to taint. Take it seriously, Robert.
There was also a dad.
You're trying to get sassy with me?
She does.
Not as good as they will be when I'm done with my Ab Ripper X routine from P90X. Have you done that?
They had been better, but she's always got some, which I despise her for, because she always just naturally has a six-pack. And
I like how he said they have been better, because they have been better.
They have been, but she's still much better looking than I am, and always will be.
I'm gonna get better, guys.
To the grave.
I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna work out. That's what you do.
All right. We have 3 bars of no cow, and so courtesy TJ at Fitness Deal News, he posted a deal. Whenever I see it,
why did you buy no cow? We're not dairy free.
No, we're not. But anytime I see a protein bar that is $1 or less per bar, I'm going to try it.
Okay, here's the thing. I disagree. I don't want to spend any money. I don't care if it's 50 cents or 20 cents on something nasty. So if this is gross, because it doesn't have milk in it.
It came out of my PayPal account.
Your money is my money. We're a unit.
Came out of the PayPal account.
I think that's so weird when married couples buy each other gifts. Like, hey, I bought you a car. I was like, that's not how it works. That's my money. Like, your money is my money. My money is your money. We a unit. Let's sit there and do that. No, they're not ready yet. Give me a second. They need to bake in the oven a little bit longer. Come on, dude.
6 to 8 more weeks.
Give me a few weeks.
Yes. But thank you for asking a question. If you have another question about supplements or fitness stuff,
it's kind of funny because they're acting like I'm hot or something, but I'm not.
You are.
But I'm not. So I'm not like gonna say I'm ugly.
I mean,
right? But I'm not.
I've always thought you were attractive.
As you should, husband of mine. All right, here we go. I think it's funny. I was in the marching band in high school and college. Like, I'm a math teacher.
You also were a model.
That's because I look weird. I've tried to tell you this. Elite model management cares about interesting looks, not like pretty. There's a difference. They like weird looking people. We used to watch America's Next Top Model all the time. You'd always talk about how the ugly girls stay in the competition longer than the pretty ones. I try to tell you,
ugly.
It's about interesting looks and the way the light hits. Look at this boniness. Look at this boniness. I got like a weird nose and bony cheekbone.
There's a little fat covering. I can't see the bones.
You went there. You just went there. Give me this no dairy bar now. Apparently I need to watch. I love it when people are like, I cut my dairy. And I was like, why? And they're like, I need to lose weight. I thought, why don't you just eat less? What did dairy do to you that made you think you got fat from dairy? That doesn't make any sense. You know what got you fat was all that processed potato chips you'd be eating on the side. I see you.
They were gluten-free potato chips. It's fine.
I see you. Okay, what am I eating?
Okay, we have 3 no-cow dipped protein bars. The macros on these are...
I'm not excited.
200 to 210 calories per bar.
So I could eat a chicken breast.
7 grams of protein.
And get a lot...
Please just let me finish.
Time out.
Nope.
7?
A fat.
Oh, I thought you said a protein.
No, that's why I said just let me finish. 25 grams of carbohydrates, 15 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, 6 grams of sugar alcohol, 20 grams of protein from a protein blend of brown rice protein and pea protein. Then we have soluble corn fiber, which is isomalto-oligosaccharides, the IMOs. That's the 15 grams of stuff. Which soluble corn fiber is also the fiber that, what is it?
I don't know. It sounds gross.
Quest
I'd
bars
rather just eat
switch
chicken.
to. It might not be the IMOs.
I'd rather just eat beef jerky.
Chocolate coating, chocolate liqueur,
chocolate
erythritol liquor. It's what they use to make the chocolate coating on this. Anyway, we have a bunch of flavors. I've been through some other ones before. These are much better than the previous ones, but these are also the no-cow dipped ones, which means they're dipped in a chocolate coating.
As they should be. That sounds delicious.
We have a lemon bar one. We have a blueberry cobbler. And
is that what I'm eating right now?
No, you're eating the chocolate dipped ones.
So they're all chocolate flavors?
We have chocolate sea salt, chocolate mint cookie.
I like chocolate mint cookie, like the grasshopper from Girl Scouts.
Chocolate coconut almond.
I love almond joys.
Okay, so do you want to close your eyes and just have me stick one in?
All right, yeah. You're not making any noises. I should be hearing something.
What's going on in there right now?
It sucks out all my moisture. Okay, I get it's supposed to be coconut and chocolate. It's sucking out all the moisture. It's like cardboard at first. First taste is cardboard. Then I feel the coconut. And then it sucks out all the moisture out of my mouth. You see that? There's no saliva left. It's all dry. No, I would not. Oh God, it's just powder in my mouth. It's just the residual powder.
Okay.
Thank God I have a strawberry beer. Okay. Next.
All right.
God, it's terrible. Why would someone do this to themselves? It's good again. It's the texture. What is that?
Pea protein.
Oh God.
What's the taste? Not the texture. How is the taste?
Well, fun story. It's hard to do that because texture is in my mouth. The taste is better than the coconut one.
Okay.
Oh God, it's like I feel like there's powder like everywhere. And there's powder area. It's like in my teeth. It's just powder. Ah! Taste wise, it just tastes like chocolate. So I don't taste anything else.
No sea salt?
No sea
It
salt.
tastes darker than the other one.
It tastes darker than the other one.
Okay.
This is disgusting. This person should just eat a chicken breast. It's in my teeth. I swear I'm not. Like, there's like powder. I feel like I just like, you know when people have cocaine and they have leftover and they like put it in their teeth? That's what I feel like it's doing to me. Okay. What are those little balls on top?
I don't know. Why don't you just pick off the balls? Tickle them?
I smell them in it. The texture is so bad. Aside from the texture, which is terrible, it tastes exactly like a Girl Scout cookie. So well done there.
Texture is terrible.
I lied. The aftertaste does not taste. The aftertaste is not. There's a weird aftertaste. It's like Girl Scout cookie hinted with something that's off. Ugh.
Okay.
Oh gosh, Netsy.
I
Those
mean,
are terrible.
Well,
Do you eat these? You paid $1 for each of these. Hope you're happy. Hope you're happy.
That's fine. I mean, I usually have that with a normal protein bar, and then we go back and forth. I bounce back and forth.
It's nasty. You're gross. Okay, speaking of which, this is disgusting. I had another conversation with a student.
Oh no.
I know, I thought you might get fired. I always get worried about that. But no, I tried to tell him, marry someone that you respect, that you love. You know what I'm saying? Someone that you are okay, like spending your life with and depending your life with. Because as life goes on, there's hecticness going on in life. You can't control everything. So when you come home, that should be your safe place. That should be your home base, right?
That is such an overused term these days. Your safe space.
Oh my God, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like a place where you can just breathe. Like your happiness. You're not going to have stress from your husband or your wife, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but like every married couple fights. I was like, no. My husband and I do not fight. And we don't fight. Yeah. And he's like, that's not true. You're lying. I was like, fun story. Not lying. And anyone that says that is in a happy marriage. Or they're okay with fighting. There's a difference. But I'm not. I'm not okay with that. And so, but I'm right. We don't fight. No. The only time we ever used to. I'm not going to say what, but it doesn't exist anymore. No, but I mean, I don't know. We see eye to eye on everything. We're very, very different, but we see eye to eye. We don't agree, but like we talk about things. I think I respect you too much to fight with you. I think that's the important. I think that's the thing. I think there's a level of respect that you have to have in order to not like yell at someone.
Yeah. I could not respect you if you were dumb.
I know, Robert.
I couldn't.
I know. And you know what's funny is that Denise was talking about how her teacher told her, ladies, you should never marry someone less intelligent than you. You should always marry someone who's more intelligent than you. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, you are more intelligent than me. So it works. But I got to be honest. I can't be that much less because you would have totally left me.
Oh, yeah. Long time ago.
I keep you on your toes.
You keep me alert. Yeah. You are much more extroverted than I ever will be or
could
ever hope to be. So
it's good. Yeah. I think what I have is foot and mouth syndrome.
With your head up your ass at the same time. It's amazing how that works. Foot in your mouth and your head up your ass.
It's like a loop-de-loop. It's like doing the pretzel.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, this will be the last call for any comments, questions, queries, quips, or smart Alec remarks from the Peanut Gallery. Until then, we may see you
next Monday. I think we should do this every Monday.
If
I think
you're
it's
amenable
fun.
to that.
I think it's fun.
Okay. In the meantime, you can reach out to me, thesupplementengineer@gmail.com, supplementengineer.com, Patreon, Supplement Engineer. If you want to get any of the insider access, the patrons get ebooks for free. I'm working on a massive 8,000 word one right now for blood pressure supplements. So if you're interested in that, it will be coming soon. We can get into our top 5 or 10 things. I'm also currently finishing up an article, as you noticed in the header for this. If you see a commercial for Super Beets soft chews, and the only reason I started this article
is because
Sandy, and I'm glad she did, because I'm not really aware of the mainstream stuff. My brain is just too focused into all the nerdy shit of mechanisms and everything that's going on with supplements. So Sandy said, what about these Super Beet Super Chews?
I see those commercials, and they seem to make some bold claims.
I flippantly just said, while I was at the airport, she goes, what do you think about this? And I said, well, it's probably 500 milligrams of beetroot extract and not a whole hell of a lot else. It probably doesn't do anything. Sure enough, I pull up the ingredients profile while I'm sitting at a bar at the airport. 500 milligrams of beetroot extract, 150 milligrams of Enovita grapeseed extract. And I'm just going to leave you there because
there's more to say. There's much more to say.
There's a lot. And
come see.
1,500 words into a few bunch of graphics, and the company making a lot of claims about their beetroot powder. It's been independently tested by a third party. We'll just leave it at that. So nitrates are great. Beetroot juice is great. Nitrate-rich diet, outstanding for cardiovascular health. Beetroot powder, 500 milligrams of beet.
I think you're done.
Powder.
Save it for the article. Yeah, wait, what was it? I went to go see the movie with you. We went to go see Jurassic Park and Megan. Double feature.
Megan is awesome.
The original Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And then Megan, which I loved, by the way. As a teacher.
Oh my goodness.
And I watched the interaction with the parent and the kids. Fabulous. And the way that I was like, this is amazing. This is so great. But one of the previews was the Quantum Realm, the new Ant-Man. And I'd seen a few previews for it. And then this particular preview kept going and then going and then going and then going. And I thought, I really feel like you just showed me the entire movie. You're not supposed to do that in a preview. You're supposed to kind of leave a little mystery. It felt like no mystery. I don't want to know the whole movie before I go to see it. I remember V for Vendetta years ago. I mean,
2005.
Years ago. Okay, long time ago, guys. And I remember the preview was just a guy in a mask, and you see
Guy Fawkes.
You see an explosion, and you see a sword, and you're going, what is going on here? And you can't help but be like, I kind of want to see that. What is that? And then the whole movie has this amazing in-depth story, and and it's like a think piece. Like V for Vendetta, as much of an action as it was a think piece. It was like a sci-fi thinker.
Well, it's based on a graphic novel too.
Yeah, it's like a future. It's like Walking Dead is a think piece. It's about humanity, not zombies, right? So that's what it is, guys. It's about humanity. But anyway, so I wanted to see it because I didn't know what it was about. And then when I saw it, I was so happy and surprised and impressed. And so if you give me a preview where you literally show me beginning, middle, and almost end, how is it going to end? I'm like, gee, I don't know. It's a Marvel movie that probably ends with the good guys winning. So I don't know.
And why would you give Evangeline Lilly a butch haircut?
Yeah, I'm not sure why she had a short haircut.
Well, it's gotten progressively shorter as the movies go on.
I'm not sure why we would do that.
Now she looks exactly like
Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd.
They both look the same.
Yeah, but they both have the short.
But she was supposed to be the girl with the ponytail, so I could be like, all right, I know who she is. Right. Not anymore. Why do we cut our hair so short? Just so we're clear, for girls, it's actually not easier. It's easier to have your hair long and you put it in a ponytail. That's easier.
And it's not attractive.
Sure, but I'm just saying, it's actually easier to have just
Cindy
plain
Crawford,
hair with long.
Heidi Klum, Tyra Banks.
Okay, all the supermodels are supermodels because they have long hair. Apparently, short hair just wouldn't cut it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are you saying Heidi Klum would not be pretty with short hair? She's gonna be like, challenge accepted.
Prove me wrong, Heidi.
Don't do it, Heidi. I'm sure you're beautiful, but don't cut your hair. That'd be so weird. I agree with you.
Every prolific supermodel, which one had a butch haircut going up like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Name me one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're done there.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
All right, so I think we're donesies.
Yeah. All right. We will see you all next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share the live Q&A with family and friends below. And as a nod to Robbie at Apollon, I am helping him produce the Hooligan Chronicles podcast. So if you'd like to throw Robbie at Apollon some support, and congratulations, huge congratulations again to Apollon for winning the Stacked Brand of the Year for 2022.
That's a big deal.
Massive. Congrats to Robbie, Carolina, Marina, Maria, all of the other Ias that are part of Apollon, all of the Eastern Bloc.
The ladies.
Contingent they have.
The ladies are the man of the house.
And Alina. I didn't want to forget Alina because if I get Alina or Carolina mad at me, I'm screwed.
I agree.
So I want to stay on their good sides. Go subscribe to the Hooligan Chronicles podcast on YouTube. We're recording another episode tomorrow night with Corey Anderson. Very, very prolific MMA fighter. And that will be posted up this coming Friday.
Yay.
Until then, the supplementengineer@gmail.com, and we will see you all next time.